This might sound controversial, but if you're in credit card debt, I don't think you should be putting every single dollar that you can towards only your debt. Because when you are only focused on debt repayment in your money goals category of funds, then you're missing half the picture, because you also need to be looking at forward-based goals as well, future-based goals. You need to be looking at, you're going to need to buy winter tires. You're going to need to be putting money towards a summer camp for your kids. Like, there are things coming up in your future, whether you have debt or not, and whether you like it or not. So by only focusing on the past-based goals, you're missing half the picture. Not only that, but when you're only paying down your debt, when something does come up, because life is gonna life, all you have to be able to fund that surprise expense is your credit cards, which feels so demoralizing because you've just spent all of this time clearing room on your credit cards and now you need to use it again. And all of that progress is just gone. So instead of focusing entirely on debt repayment or entirely on future-based goals, my recommendation is that you pick 3 goals: a future-based, a past-based, and a secondary goal. So future-based, let's say building a safety fund or emergency fund. Past-based, debt repayment. And secondary goals, like maybe you really need a new blender. You drink smoothies every single morning. It is a part of your self-care, your health routine, whatever. You want a new blender, you need a new blender. Put a that secondary goal as buying a new blender, because what you'll see over time is it's going to look a little bit like this. Let me show you something. Over time, you're going to be funding your debt repayment and safety fund consistently, month to month to month to month to month to month, and your secondary goals. So maybe here you buy a blender after 2 months, and you put your kid in that fun summer camp he's been asking for 3 years, and you get new winter tires, and you pre-fund Christmas. You have all of these other secondary goals happening at the same time without compromising that you're still putting money towards your other goals. This holistic approach can have you be motivated and excited to actually stay on track towards your goals long term. And when we zoom out over a 2-year period, we can see you're continuing to do debt repayment, you've built that safety fund, and then maybe you start investing a little bit to get in the habit as you're continuing to pay down your debt. Maybe you start, you can see how many of those goals that you actually end up paying off over a 2-year period. Tell me that doesn't feel more motivating.